Welcome to another Copenhagen Middle of Battle Gamers video. I'm your host Rob, and today is Hobby Vlog Day. It's been a while, I know, so apologies for that, but life has gotten in the way, as it does sometimes, but I am back now. Today's video is not just going to consist of Lord of the Rings miniatures, but also some stuff for Age of Sigmar, and also some stuff that isn't actually produced by Games Workshop. And they're going to be some models that I'll be using in Age of Sigmar, but that are themed around a force that Games Workshop has not created, and I wasn't in the mood for doing much conversions, so I found these online and they're quite perfect for what I want them to do. So we'll get onto that a little bit later, but first I'll be showing you the models for the Lord of the Rings that I've been painting up since I last saw you. So let's take a look. Okay, so first up is a model that's been sitting on my painting station for a while, and as you can see, it is Forlong the Fat. Really enjoy painting this guy. As you can see, I've been somewhat true to Games Workshop's colour scheme, apart from his rather impressive beard, which I've decided to paint in a fiery orange ginger tone. Reason is I really liked what Games Workshop did with the light beige sash and the dark grey cloak, and I wanted to keep that. But I felt with the grey beard, the model was very black and white, and that's generally not what I want to paint when I do my miniatures. I want some kind of colour going on, so I figured that the beard would be the way to do it, and I have to say I'm pretty liking it. I know it states that he is supposed to be rather old, but you know, who's to say he doesn't, dye his beard? But I like it a lot. I think it works well, and I just ordered on Sunday 2 blisters of XMen for him to lead, so I'll be painting those the same way, also with nice bright beards, blonde beards, light browns, probably not another ginger because I want Forlong to kind of stand out amongst the crowd with that beard, but yeah, so that's going to be, is it 6 in total? Yeah, 6 Axemen he'll be leading into battle along with my Minas Tirith army. And Christian just wrote me today, a couple of hours ago, saying that he was able to get hold of some Dol Amroth warriors for me. So that's fantastic news. Big thank you to him for finding those for me. And I'll be using those as dismounts for my Dol Amroth knights when I get my hands on them. So that's fantastic. That I'll have appropriate models for that purpose. So yeah, when I get those, I will probably be painting those. I'll be pretty excited to get those done. So maybe you'll be seeing those in my next video. Next up, we have 2 more dwarves to my Thorns company. As you can see, it is Balin and Gloin. Good fun models to paint. Tried to put my own twist on them, as you can see. For example, Balin, his robes are not just red on red on red. I thought that was a little boring, even though it looks great in the film. I don't feel like it works particularly well on a model, so I've tried to tie in a bit of blue into it, also to break it up so you can see the different layers and stuff. I think it looks quite cool. Pretty happy with the way it came out. Maybe when I've done all of Thorin's company, I'll feel a bit more adventurous and maybe do some freehand along his sleeves or something, just to make it look a little bit more expensive looking. But that's not a necessary thing to do on him. I think he's pretty good as he is right now. That's just something I might do along the way. With Gloin, as I was painting him, I feel like his beard is a little too orange, but after I put the paint on the model, it was a little late to go back, but as I've stated so many times, I do quite like my models to be bright. So in that respect, it kind of works from a modelling perspective. In a realistic fashion, obviously it's not. It's not very realistic. It's kind of like the mohawk and beards of the dwarf slayers from what was Warhammer Fantasy. That kind of fiery orange. But it looks cool. You know, I'm not complaining too much. Just from a realistic standpoint, it's probably not the colour I should have chosen. But there's not much you can do when you have a limited collection of paints. That's my excuse anyway. But all in all, I'm pretty chuffed with them. As you can see, I have painted the bases, and I've done this with all my other Thorns company. Last time you saw them, they didn't have any bases painted. And I've chosen this colour scheme after working on Christian's Moria army, and I quite like it. It's very simple, it's plain, but it doesn't take too much away from the model. And as much as I wish I was really good at doing awesome bases, like Morton, for example, his bases are absolutely phenomenal. I don't have that skill, so I use what I can, and luckily for me, I don't mind the more plain look. So yeah, that's what I've gone for, and I quite like it, I have to say. It's going to look particularly good when I'm using Thorns Company against Christian's Moria, because then the bases are going to be absolutely identical all over the board. So yeah, so that is 2 more dwarves. Next up, we are moving away from the Lord of the Rings miniatures and going on to some more Age of Sigmar stuff. Here I've finished 5 Graveguard for my Vampire Counts army. As you can also see, instead of my last video, I did decide to remove all my old square bases and stick them on round ones. That was not an easy job, but well worth it, as I think they really look very nice on round bases. Kind of gone for like a purpley tone for the robes. Again, I like my colours. I tried to do something a little interesting with the weapons, and that was to paint them silver and then use like a green wash over them, trying to get a glow look, but it hasn't come out quite as well as I wanted to. So what I'll probably end up doing is actually painting them with green paint, and doing highlights and washes and wet blends and stuff. So that is something I'll have to go back and do, but it's not much of a problem. Shouldn't take too long. It's not like I'm doing it to the robes or anything with any creases. It's a nice flat surface to paint on, so that shouldn't be a problem. But yeah, I'm liking these models. From what I've seen on other battle report videos, they seem to do pretty well, especially with the 200 weapons. They're pretty damn killy, so I'm looking forward to using these in the future. I've got another 5 to get finished, but again, that's not going to be too bad. Skeletons are nice and easy to paint even when they're covered in armour. So yeah, that is 5 Graveguard for my Vampire Counts. Sticking with the Vampire Counts theme of this section of the video, I've also gotten myself 5 Direwolves. These are not the official wolves for the army. These are some ones from 40k for the what are they called now? Space Wolves. But I really like the dynamic poses of the models, and also the fact that they're all very unique, and they're also just stunning models alone. Gone for a pretty simple colour scheme for the dark, for orange eyes and nasty teeth. So they're pretty quick to paint. I actually think the longest thing was doing the bases, waiting for the bases to dry. That probably took the most time, but yeah, I really like them, I have to say. Very, very cool looking. If I zoom in here, he's got a little, see, a little tiny eye, but it is there. And it does give the model colour. I know they're not particularly bright, but that's not what I wanted them to look like. I wanted them to be as you see them here. So I was pretty chuffed with those. And that is the last of the vampire counts I'll be showing you in this video. So yeah, hope you enjoyed that. Might be some more in the next video, who's to say. And this is the model that is not a Games Workshop model, but it is in fact a Spellcrow model, which is a modeling online store based in Poland. And they have some absolutely fantastic stuff, I have to say. This model I'll be using in my Orcs and Goblins army, because when I was looking through the PDF for the Orcs and Goblins army, I noticed that Rugled's Armoured Lads has made a comeback, and I don't own those models. And I was thinking, well, what could make a good alternative for that? And I thought, oh, well, Pirates is a good idea. And Christian and I have been talking about starting Pirates for quite a while, and it just seemed like the perfect opportunity. So I went ahead and got some of these from Spellcrow, and I absolutely love these models. I've got 10 of them, all unique, and they are absolutely stunning. Really great detail, and a joy to paint. They're made of resin, so they're nice and soft, easy to manipulate if you have to, but is also very pleasant to paint on. As you can see, I've gone for a very stereotypical pirate colour scheme with pinstripe trousers and red bandana and all that. So yeah, really cool. The scale of the model is the same as Games Workshop. This is maybe a little bit bigger than your standard orc, but I think it's about the same height as a orc nob from 40k. And seeing as these are going to be my Rugged Armoured Lads, sort of elites in the Orcs and Goblin army, that it's quite perfect that they're going to be a little bigger. So yeah, I don't mind that at all. They were not particularly cheap, as any modelling hobbyist would know in general. But I think that's got a lot to do with the fact that you have to buy all the pieces separately. You have to buy the gun arm separately, the sword arm separately, the legs, the torso, and the head all come separately. So it's great for conversion work. For example, if you just wanted the heads, or you just wanted the sword arm for your models, then it's not too bad. But it's very easy to not notice what you've got in your checkout cart. So it does rack up a little bit, especially when you see all this really awesome stuff which they have on the site, and you kind of just want to buy it all. And when I say that, I mean it. They've got some really cool looking stuff on their site, and I just looked at the orc stuff. I'm sure there's loads of other cool stuff they have there, so you should definitely go and check them out if that's something that you're interested in. So yeah, fantastic model, and I'll be pinning up more of these in the very near future. Right, I figured I would just give you a quick look at the actual sprues of Spellcrow, and here they are. As you can see, I've already taken off the body on this one, but they have fantastic quality. I've never bought or owned anything from Forge World, but I would have the feeling that it's something somewhat similar to this, maybe a little better quality. But as you can see, it's very deeply cut into the resin, so the washes are going to be absolutely fantastic. Almost, I've actually found no air bubbles in these whatsoever. The only issue that I do have with it is the fact that the sprue, like these stick bits where they're connected to the actual model, are a little thick, so cleaning them up can be a bit of a nightmare. But that is a small detail. You know, most of the time you're cleaning up models anyway, so it's not a biggie. It's just makes it a little bit more difficult to get it off. For example, you can see here on these legs, the ones on the right, for example, there's a lot of connection going on there, so quite a bit of tidying up to do on them, but like I said before, no real issue. But what else is also great about this company is that you get freebies as well. I don't know if it depends on how much you actually pay. Depends on what you get. But I got a bag of orc heads. Not that I have any use for them, sadly. This bag. They're kind of like Arabian orcs, so you see they kind of got like the little cloth on the heads there to protect them from the sun, and that could be really cool for a themed army. It's not one that I'll be planning to do, so I'll probably be putting these on eBay. But just the fact that you get them as a little freebie, you see, there you go, freebies, thanks for ordering. I think that's a really, really nice thing. And I think it's something that a lot of companies should start doing, because yeah, it just makes you feel good, especially when you're not expecting it. And I know they got so much stuff. I mean, I probably got lucky in the fact that I've got something orc related. But I think it's probably quite random what you get. I mean, it would have been awesome if my freebies were also pirate theme, but you know, such as it is. So, but yeah, I really think that's a nice touch that the company does. Very nice indeed. So yeah, really happy with this company. I will definitely be using them again. So they come highly recommended from me. So yeah, whenever you get a chance, go and check them out. There it is, Spellcrow. That's how you spell it, Spellcrow. Go check them out, they're fantastic. But yeah, so that's it from me. Thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed it. Please comment, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.